Welcome back. The slowdown in Calgary's economy has meant a dip in real estate prices. While it's not good news for anyone trying to sell a home, the dip does present some opportunities for those looking to buy, including people wanting to get into the rental business. Joining us to talk about whether becoming a landlord is a good idea is our Wednesday Money columnist, Christine Wiley. She's a Calgary accountant and she's crunched the numbers. So in terms of purchasing a property for rental, how does that differ from owning my own home?
Okay, the first consideration usually is the mortgage. If you're going to apply for a residential mortgage, you can typically get away with a 5% down, but for the rental properties, it's typically minimum 20% down, so that's a consideration that you would have to look at. Also, you'd want to look at it as a business. You have to take the personal side out of it. So maybe you don't want to live on a main road close to transit and close to the schools, but this might be a good opportunity and to demand a higher rent. What other amenities are close by? But you really have to look at the numbers. Does it make sense? Can you get a good rent? What are the costs?
And the properpiries, right?
The properties, yeah.
What's better, a single family or a condo?
If you're a type of a handy person and you can take care of a lot of those, the landscaping and the fixing up around the house, a single family home might be, a good way to go because you could save some costs. Also, some opportunity to have maybe renting out the basement and renting out, more than one suite in there. Condos, typically you don't have to be very handy, but there's the condo fees. And what did the condo fees include? They do take care of some of those maintenance, but sometimes that can affect the numbers and whether that's a good cash flow for you or not.
Right.
And typically, condo boards, more regulations, sometimes
more headaches.
Parking issues.
Yeah, and you talk about renting out a suite, secondary suites. Good idea to pay down the mortgage?
Yeah, it could work in some situations. Privacy though, are you going to have the benefit of paying down your mortgage, but you're going to give up your privacy? What we've seen popping up in a few situations are these laneway homes. So really good for extended families. If you want to make an independent senior live close by, it's certainly going to be more cost effective than buying a separate house for them.
Yeah.
Another way to help pay off your mortgage.
What sort of deductions are we talking about on our income tax return?
Oh,
for
lovely. Lots of deductions.
This is the good stuff.
This is the good stuff, yeah. So mortgage interest, property taxes, utilities, advertising, general maintenance and upkeep. You can deduct your accountant. Got to get that in there. A little bit of that. Property maintenance or property management. So if you're not wanting to deal with the tenants, if you're not wanting to take care of all this administration, that might be a cost that you want to look at because it could reduce the stress for you.
Property manager.
Property manager.
Yeah, they do cost, but you can write them off.
You can, yeah, they're deductible.
Okay, any other recommendations if someone's considering getting into the rental business?
I think taking the time to really get to know the tenant, taking the time to check their references, it's well worth it because that could fare out well for you. And getting to know a little bit more about the Landlord-Tenant Act. What are your rights and obligations and those of the tenant? I think it's well worth the time.
The upside of the downturn. All right, Christine, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's Christine Wiley. She's here every Wednesday.